This time on Ozark Garage, we're going to go over some tips and tricks for using a manual tire changer for changing larger tires, specifically 35 inches or more. So larger off-road tires like this have some unique challenges with the manual tire changer, so we're going to cover those. First thing we're going to do is take out the valve stem coil. And this will fully deflate the tire. So the manual tire changer includes this manual bead breaker to remove the beads from the wheel so that we can get our tire spoon in and pry it over the wheel. This little piece of angle iron here is supposed to catch on the inside of the wheel, and then you can push down on the bead on the outside with this and we'll separate it off. The problem is when you have this much tire, the tire hits the main post here and this doesn't exactly catch on the wheel. So the big change here is we're going to have to use our foot to hold this up against the post to keep it from sliding away when we break the beads. Usually about 3 or 4 bites is enough to get this loose. Like that. So to remove the tire effectively and be able to mount the new tire on the wheel, we need some kind of lubricant on the rim. I've used soapy water before and it works, but I've found this actually works quite a bit better and it's not very expensive. Some people use the Murphy's Tire Compound straight and say it works really well. The instructions say mix it 4-to-1. I mix it, don't really measure, but it makes for a really slick setup, pun intended. So our tire changer here is mounted securely to the floor using some concrete anchors. When I'm done using this and I want to put it away, I will simply take the bolts out. The concrete anchors will still stay on the floor, but it's here very, very sturdily. Now we're going to mount the tire to the tire changer using the provided 4-way. It's got a very, very slight angle on it, and that angle you want pointing down. And we're going to use that to lock our wheel in place. Good and tight. So this particular one is from Vevor, but you can get the same one from Harbor Freight or any number of places. We also bought what they call the duck foot attachment for it. And this included a tapered conical seat for aluminum wheels, but this is way too small for these old style Chevy Rallies. This duck foot attachment originally had some hand screws that I found annoying and they kind of got in the way of the tire. You'll probably see that here in a little bit, but I put just some metric bolts in here to hold this in place. What we're doing now is I want to set this so that this is pretty snug against the rim. Tighten it down like that. Tighten this down and make sure it spins freely around the wheel for dismounting. And a little bit of extra lube on the duck foot is not going to hurt, or on the outside of the rim. So the other thing you're gonna need is a tire spoon. This was a standard Harbor Freight tire spoon, and I just put a longer handle on it to give more leverage, but you can get one of these, and it's not included in the kit, but you will need one of these. Now that we've got everything set up here, we can use our tire spoon, and we're just gonna hook in here. We're gonna pry up over the top of our plastic duck foot. And then we take our provided other hook here and we can start spinning this around. And you're always going counterclockwise. So this is a 35 12 50 15 tire. At 12.5 inches wide, one of the big challenges is getting the inner bead off the outer bead of the wheel, primarily because you don't have enough room under this portion of the duck foot to get this wide of a tire out. You could loosen this, move it up higher, but then you lose leverage on the main stem here. So what I do instead is I simply grab it, lift it up as high as I can, all the way around, make sure it's loose, and then I just hook this outer bead of the tire up over this portion of the duct foot. Now I can get the tire up high enough to get it over the wheel. So, when you have a helper, you want your helper to lift the tire up as much as you possibly can. Should roll it back down. And you're trying to get a bite as close as you can to the duct foot, like that. There. And have your helper put another bar underneath the back side and lift up, like that. And then, so what you always want is you want your duct foot to be over the rubber on the left side and under the rubber on the right side as you're looking at it. And then and have our helper come onto this side, lift this, hold it as tight as possible. Then I need the red one, which lets me take the big red one here, hook it around, and rotate counterclockwise. And there we go. Our tire is dismounted. So this is the tire we're going to put on the wheel we just dismounted. This is a 35-10-50-15, so a little bit narrower tire. First thing we're going to do is take our Murphy's compound here and lube up the bead inside and out, prevent tire damage, and make sure it seats nicely. And then we're also going to throw some of this on our wheel, which is going to help our bead seat when we put air pressure to it. So this is, since this is a 1050 tire, we can fit the whole thing underneath this arm. And once again, what we want to do is we want to get between the two fingers on the duct foot, and that way with somebody pushing really hard and another person twisting, we should be able to get this installed. There we go. Now we just have to do it again for the outer bead. Go. Now we can remove our duct foot and reinstall our valve core. So before I put any air in the tire, I like to try to push it down really hard onto the back bead to try to make sure that seals really well. Then I'm gonna have to lift up on this outer bead to get the tire to seat. And then lift up and hopefully it starts to seat, which it is. And this should seat with 20 psi or less. And the Murphy's tire lube washes off with just a water rinse. And it's vegetable-based, biodegradable, all the good things. So this is our 35-10-50-15 Tusk Terabyte. And it looks like it's around 51 pounds. And here's the Canadian Mud Hog MT that has the most tread of the ones we're taking off. And 61.3, so 10 pounds difference per tire.
Anyway, I hope this helps if you're considering a manual tire changer for larger tires like 35s. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.